was not what the doomsayers said.
Right.
And it's also maybe not what the hype machine
Correct.
said.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, then you might not like my take here.
I will. Oh, I love it even more now.
Welcome to the Untitled Film Project Podcast, where you go see the movie and then come talk about it with us. Superman today. The 2025 incarnation of Superman finds our hero struggling to reconcile his role as an alien on planet Earth with his role as a symbol of hope and justice for humanity.
Superman. He's not a man. He's an it. He's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
Plus, we'll also ask each other and you the big question.
What's really grinding your gears right now?
The big question.
That's a much grittier way of saying, we came up with much fancier ways of
Eloquent way to say that.
yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty eloquent way. It's
grinding your
pissing you off
gears.
right now.
Let's do our initial takes of Superman, starting with Gover.
Just as he did with the Guardians franchise, James Gunn specifically tried, like a concerted effort, tried to bring heart to Superman, and he did. Whether the audience connects with crypto or the squirrel being saved or whatever the case is, he's a master at using animals or animal-like creatures, Rocket, to drive home an emotional part of the story, and he did that here. Superman, to me, lives up to the hype, if for no other reason, because of the emotion and the heart involved in this movie.
I think that your take as a moviegoer is completely dependent on what you think of James Gunn and what he does to movies. A very positive take from Gover on that, but there are a lot of people out there that don't like a funny, warm, fuzzy, heart-filled movie. They like it a little darker. They want it a little more rough around the edges. If that's your perfect movie, you're not going to like this Superman.
Then go watch The Dark Knight.
Yeah. If you like funny, heart, a little lighter version, I think you're going to love it. Bradford.
Those people can suck it then. Superman is supposed to be inspirational. He's supposed to represent hope, what it means to be human, what it means to have heart, what it means to have empathy, what it means to care. And he does that with this version. This is the version that we need of Superman right now. Inspirational. To talk about humanity and to talk about what it means to care about others and to protect others, to have emotion, to go through what it means to be human. And that's meaning not perfect. That's what Superman is supposed to represent, is the best of us. And that's what we need right now, is a superhero that represents the best of us. James Gunn understands what it means to make comic book movies. Maybe you want the gritty type. That's fine. I did enjoy Man of Steel. I enjoyed those versions. But this Superman is the version of Superman that is in the comic books. This is comic book Superman. This is Superman in the intent of what he's meant to represent. And that is all of us. And they do such a wonderful job here of just diving right into the moment. We don't need to see setup anymore. I've seen multiple things of, we don't need to see Batman's parents dying anymore.
No origin stories.
We don't need to see Superman to Kal-El arriving on planet Earth. We don't need to see the spider biting Spider-Man. We don't need to see these things anymore.
Or Madam Web.
Or we don't need to see Madam Web.
Drop the needle
We just don't
on
need
the
to see Madam
record
Web.
where it bangs.
Yes, you're set right up into the establishment of the world that we're in. And James Gunn gets that. If we want to talk about what is needed to not reboot, but you're resetting. It's hard. Reboots happen all the time, right?
Refresh.
This is a reset on the DC universe here in terms of film, and they do a fantastic job. This movie didn't necessarily need to make a ton of money. It's going to, by the way.
Yes, it will.
Guaranteed.
But it needed to be a good refresh on what DC is, and James Gunn just kicks it right off here and does everything that I feel like needed to be done to give us the Superman that we need today. I loved it. I cried. I'm not even kidding. There are moments where it brought me to tears because I was feeling. He did such a wonderful job of making me feel, and with Superman to be an inspirational hope right now, that's what was important, and that's what it gave me.
Okay, so here's the deal. I agree with a lot of what Bradford said, but I will also say that I did not cry. I did not feel emotion to that degree, where I was overwhelmed with it, right? And I only bring that up because I am usually a crier in movies. Something hits me, especially there's animals involved. Which, by the way, I had a note in when Crypto comes on the screen. I actually wrote down, if this damn dog dies, I'm going to be so pissed. Even there's animals involved, like I really like all that stuff. Usually it gets me. One of James Gunn's most emotional pieces in his entire catalog is when Baby Rocket says hurt in Guardians 3. It just wrecks me right now. I'm fighting back tears even thinking about it. I'm not even watching it. So I'm a crier, is my point. And I did not have an emotional response with Waterworks. Even a fight back in this. I didn't feel that.
I had a fight back. I had a fight back with the scene with Clark and his dad.
That's when it hit me.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's like, their backs are to the camera and they're talking about the big stuff. And yeah,
That's where it got me.
Had to choke it back.
That scene right there. It wasn't the animal ones. It wasn't even when he's in that hidden the partial universe or anything like that. It was when he was talking with his dad. And it got real and about what you represent. And that's where it's like, not Superman origin story right there, but it's the reminder of like, this is who you are. And you get to choose who you're going to be. You are meant to be good. All those things. It's like, that's what I want. People need to hear that. People need to hear that you are meant to be good. And that's why it was speaking to me so much.
Yeah. And I also think the theme of you are not what you're biologically set out to be. You are not what your parents said you should be once they finds out the message ain't all good for mom and dad,
It rarely is.
But when it's the people that raise you and made a difference in your lives telling you, it's completely different. I mean, this was not what the doomsayers said.
Right.
And it's also maybe not what the hype machine said.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, then you might not like my take here.
I will. I love it even more now.
I think this is the best superhero film that we've had that's not animated since Infinity War.
I will throw my comment out there that this is the best Superman since the original Christopher Reeve film.
Not Superman 2?
No.
Okay.
Not that good.
That's a fairly popular take, though, Jim.
Yeah, I know. It's very obvious take that this franchise, so many times they've tried to reinvigorate it and it sucked.
Yes.
We didn't care. It was awful and they were disconnected from what we want out of a Superman.
Because Superman is difficult to put into film. It's difficult because there's so much we talked about already. It's easy to be cheesy with Superman.
The
because
name sounds cheesy.
Right.
There's moments in this film where they're like, Superman. And I'm like, it sounds so stupid.
It sounds so cheesy, but that's where it's like the moment of disbelief as well, too, because they have set up a kind of a separate universe where Superman exists. But that's why it's so difficult to pull off, because you have this super being, right? That there has to be only so many things that can take this being down. That's why it's good when you do have vulnerability. Superheroes with vulnerability are more popular overall because they have a way to be defeated overall.
They're more interesting.
Right. We see that and we see the explanation here, thankfully, too, of Lex Luthor and Hal. And you see so many different aspects here, right, to make the vulnerability show. But that's why that take is popular, because it is difficult to pull off Superman. Batman is gritty. He's just a rich guy, but he's inventive and creative, right? But he's more popular because of the vigilante aspect. But there's weaknesses. Superman doesn't have many weaknesses aside from kryptonite. And so that's why it's difficult. And so that's why I think I enjoy it more, because I feel like they actually made a Superman movie we can at least connect to, see vulnerability, whether that's in the superpowers aspect or in the emotional and human side aspect of it too. That's why I feel like overall and generally this is going to be widely accepted as really good superhero film because of the vulnerability. We need that in a superhero for us to feel a connection.
All right. Can we get to some of the things that didn't go well in this movie?
You kick us off then.
All right. Way too many Superman helpers.
Yes. Thank you.
Come on. It's a Superman movie. I mean, sure. Did I laugh a few times, especially at
Green Lantern?
Green Lantern's chit wig? That was just, oh my God.
He said shit.
I did.
By the way, just we wonder, don't they usually beep stuff?
Yeah.
No, he did not say that.
Do it, lady.
Yeah. We didn't need Hawk. Sounded like Snooki with a mask on. Mr. Terrific, I liked a lot more.
Okay.
But we didn't need those.
I'm fine with it.
Let Superman be.
No.
And then make this movie even more complicated. Let's make, there's 4 levels on the Lex Luthor villain chart. There's Lex up here, and then you got Ultron, you got the girl with the black goo, Ultron. And then you've got like a whole bunch of robots, and there's a couple other things. There's some administrative layers. You're trying to make a new DC universe. You don't have to put everything in one movie. Simplify it.
I don't have a problem with this take.
Are you done?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
I have.
It was a lot shorter than your stroking of this film.
Wow. Do you have a counter, counselor?
My counter is because they jumped right in. We didn't need full origin. We were happy without it being full origin.
Yeah, I don't
right?
want an origin.
So for you to jump into the universe, there's going to be other metahumans that exist.
No, not really.
Yes, there are.
No, they didn't have to.
Then the movie would have been a cheesy Superman movie, and it wouldn't have been. You have those moments.
Instead, it's a Superman movie and 43 other people. Like, what are the stakes? If Superman can't get to that other big, huge problem,
then you're not able to just dive.
Somebody else.
Hold on.
Somebody else has it. I've outsourced it.
I was going to say this for my final score, but I'll say it now because clearly we're in the middle of it. All right. Way too many characters. Okay, but Green Lantern, who was a moron, and not in the good way, by the way. Hot Girl, Ultraman, the engineer, etc. Now, here's the deal. I understand that Ultraman needed to be there for a fight scene, and Mr. Terrific had to be there to help locate the kidnapped Superman and repair the quantum verse thing, and that Metamorpho had to be there because he had the ability to transform into kryptonite. And I understand those 4. Okay, everybody else. It's not necessary.
Yeah.
Then who's everybody else then? You name pretty much everybody but Hot Girl.
Hot Girl, the engineer? I didn't need the nanites to be, that's not necessary.
Okay, there's 2.
There was the guy that actually did have the hair, chit mustache, and glasses in Lex Luthor's command tower.
There's that guy. He's not a superhero, though, I guess.
He's not a superhero.
But my point is there's way
I'm not saying they're all superheroes. There's just
the administrative level is my favorite.
Yeah, that's the administrative level.
But they're more of an entity, a bunch of nerds. No, my thing was that it was just too many characters to try to keep track of. Mm-hmm. It was almost like they were trying to dive right into the, for lack of a better example, Marvel universe in the middle. Like, okay, hey, they're all these people already exist. Which is fine to a degree when they serve a point in the plot. But to me, it was like, okay, Mr. Terrific, I loved him, by the way. He was great.
Yeah, he is great.
Yeah, so that was fine. But I mean, like, the other ones were like, Green Lantern, like, he's basically there for the gag. I mean, let's be real about it.
I mean,
there's nothing
it's a
he
James
really
Gunn
does.
film. He always has gag characters.
Yeah. Right. So then do it with a human or do it with a pet or do it with
but it's
tame
really
the big
cool.
monster that they fight and they're beating it with a Green Lantern
But it's
baseball
really cool
bat.
to see jackass Guy Gardner on film.
I guess. I don't know. It was too much to keep track of.
I think I had more problem with on the evil side because if he's fighting with this level of the evil organizational chart, and even if he beats him, I know he's got to go through 3 more to get to Lex Luthor, and I'm aware of that while they're fighting. Okay, if he wins this one, we're not done. He's got to get Ultra, and the next one, we're not done. He's got to go get Lex Luthor. Like, enough of
Man,
these.
and you guys were way too much in your own heads while watching this.
Too many levels, too many bosses to get through in this video game.
Okay, Billy Hammock on Threads just talking about it. We talk about movies a good bit on there. He's worked in the movies theater system.
What's up, Billy?
Definitely knows his films big time. He brought up the score, the musical score, and how,
Excellent.
if any, hold on, I'm interested here. Lots of different notes to the original John Williams, right, Superman score. He thought that was one of the weaker parts of the movie.
No.
Was the score. Now, and here, I want to just say this because I don't necessarily have a hard agree or hard disagree with the comment. It didn't have its moments where there were certain pieces that stood out as like, I love that part. The parts that stood out to me the most that I loved were when they brought in the original theming, which means the original parts of the score didn't stand out as much as maybe it could have. That's the reasoning here too. We all know the Superman theme because it's been ingrained in us for decades. Was there any part of the original part of the score here that stood out to you, any moments on the screen, or was it just when the OG was kind of interfused?
No. So this is how you do it. It's, we just talked about this on another movie, which all of a sudden, Jurassic World.
Jurassic
where they
Rebirth,
went full blown John Williams for like 2 minutes. And I was like, what? This is how you do it.
Okay.
Where you take the original structure and you, not flare, but you kind of just a little lift or a drop or
riff on it a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit of, maybe in a different key, but it's obviously still the thing. This is how you do it. Plus, I will say that the opening theme of this film is a absolute perfect homage to John Williams' original theme and the Christopher Reeve saga, if you will. I thought it was awesome, and it was the first note in my notebook at the theater was opening theme equals fire, because it was, again, just different enough, but clearly a nod to history with this character, and not like we're just going to flat out rip it off like a Jurassic World Rebirth, where it was like, we're not even going to change it. It's just going to be the same thing.
Right.
We're just going to beat you with it over the head.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, remember this? I know you do. It was awesome.
So I see that take, but I will agree with Billy on parts of there wasn't anything else memorable to me in the score through the rest of the film, which is okay.
I completely agree with you there.
It's okay, though. I mean,
for me, the only time I noticed the score was at the beginning.
right.
Yes.
Throughout this movie, and this
And
is
some hints of the theme sometimes, too.
yeah, but really for the most part, I liked this score because one, it didn't take me out of the movie.
Okay, yeah.
And two, it was always used appropriately throughout the movie so that I never felt like it was off, like I did with Jurassic World Rebirth. This it seemed like the right score at the right time for whatever was going on with that beat of the movie.
So to build upon that then, too, just because I don't have harsh opinions either way, is that this is one of those instances, I think, where if you don't notice the score, it's also a good thing because it means it complemented the movie very well.
We've talked about that sometimes. We're all sports fans here. When you don't notice the official, they did a solid job.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same type.
Means the score's
Not exactly,
complimented
because you're right. The score can be like incredible, and you're like, whoa.
Unlike
but more 99 times out of 100, if you don't notice it, it did a great job.
Unlike in storytelling with, say, the Star Wars universe, themes are very important.
Right,
in
they're
that
characters.
world, right?
Yeah.
Themes are
Yes.
characters.
Yes.
And so you expect to have some things that are memorable because we can all start naming characters and their themes.
Correct.
Right? This didn't have to necessarily be that we know the Superman theme. So just wanted to have that discussion because I think this is one of those things where the score, I think, blended very well with it.
Yeah.
Even though parts didn't stand out aside from the opening sequence or when they went to just the original cadence of the Superman theme. But it is something that people know. Superman theme, when you think 70s, right? That has been the theme for so long for this superhero.
It would be very hard, and this is maybe an exercise for another time, but it would be very difficult to make a Mount Rushmore of John Williams themes.
Oh,
because you could
You'd be
easily
from sea to
pick
shining
like
sea.
9 of them and be like, these are obviously on there. Like, well, there's only 4 spots.
All right, let's put a number to our thoughts and get scores on Superman.
It's amazing that all the big city battles took place in only half-mile open space in the metropolitan area. That bothered me. There's no points off for that, by the way. I just happened to notice it. I want to bring it up. Lex Luthor's first scene, this did bother me. He's pacing around, old movie style, right? Like spaghetti western B-movie style, in like a 6-foot corner of a massive room. And he's just pacing back and forth in this little kind of 6 foot. Oh, it's so stupid.
1,000-foot ceiling.
It makes it feel super cheap, and it's right out the gate. I probably don't even notice it if it's later in the movie, but it was right out the top, and I was like, wow. Hated that. Not off on a good foot here, guys. Way too many characters. We talked about all that, but that is where my criticism pretty much ends. Peacemaker cameo was great. Super awesome. That's how you do it, by the way. You put him on a TV, not really involved in the character. That was awesome. James Gunn bringing back his Guardians cast to voice all the robots was incredible.
Yeah.
And a nice, perfect, incredible little homage to what got him here. I thought that was just a nice little hat tip there. And the heart. The heart in this movie was expected to a degree because it's a James Gunn project, but it exceeded those expectations. As we've seen with The Dark Knight and a lot of Marvel movies, superhero movies are so much, they don't have to be nonstop action and cool toys. Right? A superhero movie is at its best when it has those things, of course, but also a degree of empathy and emotion that's attached to different storylines or arcs or characters, whatever. And Superman is one of those. Overall, I think Superman is an above average superhero movie, and that's a welcome sign to all the projects that DC and its various creators have absolutely let down and disappointed audiences for over the last 10 years. I wouldn't call it great, but I would call it great fun. I give it a 6.5.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I very much like you think that maybe the too many characters thing was probably its biggest attraction. I really enjoyed this movie. It's a lot of fun. I think the people that are really, really dumping on this movie, they don't like James Gunn. And that's okay too. But I think it's a much more palatable movie. David Corenswet, great job. I absolutely loved you. Your sincerity, your wit made this a more nuanced Superman that I think we could relate to a little more.
Those Juilliard classes paid off, huh?
Absolutely.
He's Juilliard trained, if you didn't know.
Yeah. I mean, the guy is, he did phenomenal.
Yeah.
And there's so much relatability with him. And how can you relate to a super being? He found a way. They found a way to convey that. I really enjoyed the comedy in this movie. And I think they are turning a corner. They were right to hire James Gunn. Yes, some of the people who want darker stuff aren't going to be happy, but the rest of the world is really going to be happy. Thank you, Superman, for not sucking and being pretty good. I'm giving you a 7.5.
All right. So
Mr. Superman movie.
for me, just because the sheer fact you have Alan Tudyk, you get bonus points.
Oh, yeah.
I'm having a voice
Yeah.
of Gary's nice.
And I wouldn't be
I need a name. As far as a name, so is Gary.
I wouldn't be surprised
funny.
if that wasn't improv.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
totally.
he's
Totally.
infamous for that.
But like Gover mentioned about
great.
being able to have Michael Rooker, Palm Clementieff
Yep.
in there, like it's great. Even just minor things for them to have a part in this. And you know what? It took so long for me to realize that it was Bradley Cooper that played his biological dad. I was like, wait, what? Like it took a hot second. But the fact that they didn't take me out of the movie either to think of all these people was great for me. What's so funny is when you see the Snyderverse fans get so up in arms, even if they haven't seen it. It's totally cool and fine to enjoy the Snyderverse films. If you do, I mean, there are some good ones in there, like Man of Steel I really did enjoy. And the Batman angles. But for me, if you're going to just put all your eggs in the Snyder basket and not give other pieces of art a chance to breathe, enjoy continuing to stay in your basement and rotting.
But I would counter with the opposite is also true. If you're a James Gunn fanboy, you don't. It's the same thing on the opposite side also.
No, but I'm not. I'm talking about the Snyderverse fans that were poo-pooing before they even watched it.
Of course.
And because they didn't want another version, that they're still so up Snyder's ass that it's all Snyder or nothing.
yeah.
That's not how it works.
You got your Snyder.
You got
Be
it.
happy with it.
I'm so sorry that universe didn't work out because it's poorly planned and poorly executed overall.
You deserved better.
So if you are saying that just because it's James Gunn that we're not going to get dark and gritty, you're wrong. You're going to get the right stories, hopefully, for the right characters. And you have somebody that appreciates comic books and that understands comic books. He's going to overall deliver. Are there going to be duds? Yes. Every single universe Marvel especially included, is going to have their duds. But when you look at the overall picture of things, it's off to a great start, and I want it to be successful. And this just connected with me, but for some odd reason, I don't know. I am not overall a Superman fanboy. He's not been a character that I've connected with throughout my childhood whatsoever. But for some reason, I connected extremely well while I was enjoying my Big Bite sampler in the theater. I felt something when watching this, and I think it was the inspiration of, wow, we have something that is potentially special here to start off a new wave of storytelling. That's what excites me, is good storytelling. And for superhero movies, you need development of characters and depth and heart and emotion and connection in so many different ways. And in so many ways, this delivered. And so while I'm attacking all these people that want to hate on it, it's for a reason. Because get over it. We're going to get a new wave.
He hates you.
He said it. But embrace this, because if you have something special that you can see your favorite characters on film come to life, the way that we've seen Marvel actually invest in some of these lesser known, like the Guardians. Nobody knew about the Guardians of the Galaxy until James Gunn got a hold of it and they decided to make something out of it.
And I would argue, by the way, that is a dark movie.
Yeah.
Those are dark movies. So don't say, oh, James Gunn made it, so it's not going to be dark. Bull.
There's darkness.
Yeah.
There's darkness. That's how you address it and how you storytell with it to make the audience connect properly.
Care.
So you're going to get just exploration of deeper characters because he's here, and not just your surface level. Yeah, you're going to get those. You're going to get plenty of surface level. But if you are a fan, you're going to want exploration into deeper, darker characters as well, too. And I feel like we're going to continue to get that because we already got some of that with the teaser characters, even if it may have been a little too many characters for folks. We at least got that exploration of, okay, well, they're going to
So
dive
you
in deep.
agree?
No.
I did not say that.
I'm not trying to go.
We're already over time. We don't need to poke the bear anymore.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All that to say,
He's got a few more paragraphs.
if you want me to keep going, I'm just making more work for him, and he's going to be mad at you for keeping me going.
Carry on.
Thank you. All that to say, Crypto is awesome.
He's
I
awesome.
love that dumb dog. And the cameos were perfectly timed and perfectly placed. Enjoyed it overall, especially in a Dolby experience. I cannot wait to see this movie again. It gets an 8.5 from me.
That's not horrible.
unreasonable.
I thought you were going to go 9 something, and I was like, wow, we need to
It's
calm
not
down.
Sinners.
No, that's my point.
I thought you were going to go higher.
Yeah, 8.5 is totally reasonable.
You're wrong,
you.
but it's high. It's not as high as I thought. Big question time.
All right. What's grinding your gears right now? What's a take that you have? What's upsetting you? What's frustrating you? What's an unpopular take? It's a pretty broad question, but it's a chance to just rant a little bit. Jim.
I'll take unpopular takes for 200 hours.
Okay.
This came to me as I was, after watching Superman and going back to watch the original Superman from the 70s for the first time in about 30 or 40 years. And I'm going to say, as I was watching the beginning of that and we're looking at Krypton, and I'm going, okay, it's Marlon Brando. It's his dad. I don't think Marlon Brando is as good an actor as everybody says he was.
Whoa.
I mean, he's a good actor, but talk about overrated. Enough. Come on. He's good. You don't have to make him into some god.
So my first one, I have two. My first one's movie related.
Okay.
And it's something that we maybe have talked about a little bit, but I've just noticed it more here with some of these bigger movies where you have a lot of people in the theater, right? It's not about the phones or anything like that. If you know you're going to refill your popcorn 30 minutes into the movie, take an aisle seat, please.
Yep.
Because you know you're going to get up all the time. You were missing parts of the movie to go all the way back to the concession stand. Please sit on the edge or near the edge, because, I'm jealous of your seat, first of all, because I really wanted that seat, but I'm staying there the whole time. And you are get your ass up every couple of minutes, whether it's the bathroom, it's popcorn, it's a drink refill. Learn to sit in the seat.
Commit to the
Please.
movie or don't.
Or sit on the edge. Choose, please. Okay, that's my movie one. The other one
That's
is,
a good rant.
I am getting really tired of people that just moved to a city and then immediately try to become a content creator and influencer about that city when they don't know jack squat about that city.
Oh, we have a big problem with that in Music City, USA.
Huge problem, because you are only going to the hyped up restaurants or the brand new restaurants or things like that. And you're like, as a Nashville local who's lived here for a year, these are my favorite restaurants. They are. They're the ones that are the most popular and they're all hyped up and are brand new. Okay, how about some of the other local ones that have been in existence for maybe 10 to 20 years or been around or are staples to the actual locals here?
They've earned it.
Please just feel like you're getting to know a city first before you try to become an influencer. I know you moved here to try to make money off your clicks, but I just appreciate if you actually felt like you're a local here. And like, as somebody who's lived here for 3 years, here's my takes on Nashville.
Here's why I like this new restaurant, because it reminds me of home, which is not this place.
And another thing, if you move to a city, this is anywhere, and you ask, where can I get some authentic insert city or state name food? If you want that, you may find it, but you're going to have to go back home to get it, okay? You move to a city, enjoy that city's culture and that city's food. Don't expect to get your authentic from where you're from in that city unless you're going to a place that's owned by that place, okay, or owned by that culture. It's going to be very difficult. I promise you, it's only going to be a franchise or something like that. Chewy's. You want Tex-Mex, you're going to go to Chewy's. That's what you're going to get. Sorry.
I grew up in Buffalo. I didn't expect to find authentic wings in Nashville. But guess what? I discovered hot chicken, a different kind of chicken, different flavor. It's wonderful.
Enjoy. It's okay. And stop throwing the word authentic around. Authentic is what you make of it, okay? You want authentic food from China? You got to go to China. You want authentic Mexican food? Go to Mexico. You want authentic French food? Go to France.
I'll circle it back to movies to close us out here.
All right.
I, Robot is Will Smith's best movie. That's my
interesting,
controversial / hot take. Is I think he's great in it. It's super underrated. And wow, are we living through it right now with this AI thing? And there's a report that AI has become self-aware and is lying to its creators. And this is all real crap that's happening. And 12, 13 years ago, iRobot came out and told us all of this crap. And it's his best movie. I think he's great in it. And you could come up with some other ones like Ali. He's tremendous in that. But I think for the general audiences, iRobot is Will Smith's best movie. That's my hot take.
Thanks for hanging with us on the Untitled Film Project podcast. You can definitely comment with whatever's grinding your gears, an unpopular take, in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening, hit us up on socials. You can find me at Jim Chandler Now.
It's Govertime on Twitter.
Justin B. Bradford.
Thank you for listening to the Untitled Film Project podcast. To support the show, please rate, review, follow, and subscribe. Original music by Jeremy Schwartz. Special thanks to the Music City Film Critics Association. Editing and post-production by Jeremy K. Gover. Voiceover by Chad Bennett.